Hey, what's up guys, it's Mike, and today we're going to unbox the new Valken VMax. Now I kind of got already a little bit of a head start because I was really excited when this first came in, so I already put in the batteries and stuff. From what I can gather so far, this looks like this is going to be a really nice alternative to people who don't like the size and the capacity of the Pinocchio. So as you can see, it's definitely a noticeably smaller. Let me stand them both up on the table here. There we go. As you can see, it's noticeably a smaller profile than the Pinocchio. Obviously, you're going to hold a lot less paint, but a lot of people say, you know, the Pinocchio is too big for my playing style. So the VMax may be a good alternative to those that like the Pinocchio because it uses a lot of the same parts. Not a bad box. Comes with a nice color manual. Very simple. There's not much to this at all. Let's go ahead and I'm going to take it apart really quick while I've got you on the phone. Got the camera here close by. Now notice if you try to bend it if you put your finger here and try to snap the lid open, for some reason it's hard to do it, but if you don't put your finger there and just hit it from the bottom, it opens up. But it kind of opens up a little bit like the rotor where you stick your finger down in there. Now you want to be careful. I did this with my thumb yesterday. I stuck my thumb in there as I lifted up and I scratched the hell out of my finger. So I'd probably recommend putting like your pointer finger in there and then lifting up. See, that's how I gouged it yesterday. But as you can see, I was shooting paint through this yesterday, but it's very similar to kind of how the rotor comes apart, you know, with the little back tab here, plus you've got the floor plate, and then you've got this little, and then you've got a pivot screw here, and you just turn that little piece of plastic over, and the bottom comes out. So inside here, it's very similar to the Pinocchio in terms of the prop. You know, the Pinocchio uses a prop. Let me pull the, you know, as you look inside there, you can see the Pinocchio prop, and this uses a pretty close design to the Pinocchio prop. And instead of a bend sensor, it's got a little wheel in there. It's almost, I mean, easiest way to describe it, it's almost like a Chinese star that that spins as the balls go past it. So it's down here inside of the neck. You can see the board here, and you can kind of see the back part of it, and if you can get in there really close. But if you can see, there it is. Yeah, you can see it's kind of like a Chinese star that spins every time a ball goes past it. So that's how it works. Instead of the bend sensor, it's just got that little wheel that every time a ball goes past it turns on. Now you hold the button and it turns on. And then they did do something kind of cool as opposed to the Pinocchio. You tap it on, tap it off. If you want to prime it, you can tap it and then it'll spin once, and then to shut it off, you just hold it for about 2 seconds and then it shuts off on its own. But like the Pinocchio, when A&S Gear did their unboxing video, a lot of people were commenting about, oh, you're going to have to prime it, or you're going to have to prime it. Not really. I noticed that not even with my Pinocchio, I have to prime it. It rarely does it happen every once in a while, yeah, but most of the time it doesn't happen. I mean, you're talking about 1 out of every maybe 500 reloads do I ever have to worry about priming it. But most of the time, if you load it and it's empty, a ball is going to roll through there and it's going to prime itself. But all the times I was using it in the backyard, I never had to prime it myself. So let's go ahead and put the floor plate back into place. And let's go ahead and snap the top piece on. Now it's got a little catch up at the front. You just slide it back. You line it all up and it should snap into place. There it goes. And there you go. So let's go ahead and put it on the top of my GO2, and we'll shoot it in the backyard, and we'll test out this, test out the loader and see how it does, and whether or not we need to prime it when we run out of paint. So let's go into the backyard. Okay, now what we're going to do is the loader's completely empty. As you can see, there's nothing in here. So let's test. As you can see, it's on. I'll show you. You don't have to prime this thing if you pour paint into it. So you can hear it. It's spun on its own. And let me set this pod down. I turned off the rate of fire cap on the GO2. Just, I know a lot of people are going, well, how fast is it? So let's find out. So there's a couple balls left in there. I just shook it. There we go. So we shot it completely empty, and now what we're going to do this time is I'm just going to pour just a little bit in there, just so you can see You can hear it already primed itself. So completely empty. We'll do one more pod here. And also I'll talk about probably what's been my favorite pod is the new Proto Alpha pod. I've been using these since they came out. I think they came out at World Cup last year. It's definitely not the Proto pod of years past. This is a really nice pod. Holds about 150 rounds and it's got a nice little flip open lid. This is probably the best pod that's on the market right now. I really like the Proto Alpha pods. So we'll go ahead and shoot what's left. There you go. So we have one left. Oh, one more. There we go. So you can see, I mean, it looks great on the gun. A little bit smaller than the Pinocchio, functions almost exactly like the Pinocchio. I mean, obviously you're not going to have the high rate of fire that you would with the Prophecy or the Rotor, just because it's basically on how the prop works and stuff like that. But I mean, that's a real nice small profile. Runs off of two 9-volts. It's definitely a nice lightweight loader. Kind of the look of it is kind of a blend between the Rotor. It's kind of like a Rotor shell with Pinocchio internals. So I definitely do expect to see the same type of battery efficiency out of the Valken as I do out of the Pinocchio. So it basically looks like it functions exactly the same. So I'll start reviewing this. I'll be using this for the next few weeks, and then we'll put a opinion video up, and I'll let you guys know what I think.